While editing the last video, I realized that the stretchers along the top of the table legs needed to be more of a haunched tenon to protect that upper edge. So even though I've already got my mortises laid out, I'm doing a mid-course correction here and laying out new lines for the mortises. I'll then chop each of the mortises with the new game plan. I think it made for a better overall joint, especially on these longer stretchers. At this point, it finally dawned on me that what I needed to do was dry assemble the table upside down to avoid damaging the tenons or the mortises. You can kind of see the light bulb click in my head here in a second, and we eventually got there. During the dry fit, I realized I was having some problems getting exactly square, and my stretchers weren't all exactly the same length or the same distance between the ends. So I had to go back and clean them up a little bit. It took a little bit of sawing and chisel work and whatnot, but we finally got where we needed to be with them, and the second dry fit was much better. dry fit squared away, I now mark the short stretchers to receive a half lap where the two long bottom stretchers will connect right there in the middle, and then you tear it down. The rough marks I made were then transferred across the short edges, and the layout for the half laps were completed. It was important to make sure that I kept track of where everything was, because the short stretcher gets a half lap on the bottom of one and the top of the other. Here, being very careful to make sure I had the right orientation, I then clamped them together and basically did a gang cut on all four of them. This would help ensure that they were as identical as possible and avoid errors with sizes and with the location, because this half lap joint needs to be very square to make sure the table itself and the base stay square. Got my lines established, I can cut and chisel out the half lap down to my marking gauge line. It's always nice when one of the employees stops by to help out and do a safety inspection on the vise to make sure that I'm operating as safe as possible. Hey, you having fun?
Yeah.
This is essentially the same process as the short ones. Mark, cut, chop, clean up. As always, I welcome any comments or suggestions on ways that I can improve my technique. And I just want to thank you for watching, and always have fun while working and stay safe.